Hello out there and a warm welcome to Alumba Television. My name is Angel Liddy. It's good to know that you are alive and you stepped into the 2021 with your life hale and hearty. Seriously, many people went to church yesterday but didn't come back home. But for you, here you are. Congratulations, we made it. Hooray! It's 2021. Okay, like we always do, give you gist of what's happening, what's trending, and then bring you details of the stories. Today, news has it that Neil of bbnaija season 5 got himself a house in Lagos. Can you believe that? Well, he's now a landlord. But like always, people will talk, people will say. The question is, what are people saying? What's the reaction of people on this achievement of Neil's? We'll get the details on Twitter. Let's see what Nigerians and his fans are saying about this. So, hanging right there, don't go away. I'm still right here. Angelity is the name, and Elomba Television is where you are. And you can also follow our Instagram handle at Elomba Television. Head straight to Facebook and like our Facebook page. And come over to YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification. So here we are on the Twitter handle of Neil Mobo Akpofere. Let's see what he said. He said, February this year, I was hustling to pay rent for my self-contained apartment. Last day of 2020, I'm moving into my house in Lagos, Oluwa on God. All right, let's see what Sabi Boy said about that. Sabi Boy said, this new boy, now big liar. She be not the same new we talk say him get Benz when he dey biggie house. The same new we talk say he dey travel out wella. The same new we been dey wear OG Michael Kors watch for house. Now him come dey talk say he dey struggle parents. Bros, lie wella beg. Okay, so let's see the next comment on Twitter. This one says, Mado, that's from Nangi Rebecca Hamsin. Nangi was a housemate of Neil's. Okay, and Ozeme Nachuki says, blessings non-stop, bro. How did you do it, please? Ashima Lowo Oluwadara is asking. God did it, bro. That's Neil responding. Your house, as in your own. Wow, God has been good. Congrats, Neil. I'm happy for you. And still here, your house. Do you mean rent or you are now a landlord? So we can know which one to celebrate. People are so funny. Okay, somebody was struggling to pay rent early this year, and now he said he just moved into his own apartment. How is that hard to comprehend? My brother, follow me, ask. God did it, job bless. I can't keep up with his lies. Joy says that's a lie. Well, you get all of that on Twitter. This child, see how he just made loving fans insult other ex-housemates on Instablog over his lie. Well, we don't know if it's a lie or not, but it's coming from Neil himself, who would confirm that. Okay, people, now we'll head straight to the details of what we've got for you for today, and that's, of course, the news, and then we'll give you the details. First, the headlines. Biden appoints Nigerian Osareme Okolo COVID-19 advisor. Shop Life Empowerment Scheme winners count their blessings. PRB Electoral Reform Bill will be our legacy, says Lawan. And UN, AU renew commitment to peace in Sudan as joint mission ends. IPOB Publicity Secretary Imar Powerful in an exclusive interview shed more light about the newly established ESN. And now I'll give you details of the story that you just got. If you just joined us, remember this is Elomba Television, and Elomba Television is on Instagram at Elomba Television. You can also follow us on Facebook at Elomba Television, and on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll be the first to get all of our information as we drop them. Okay, so in a moment you'll get the details of the story that we just told you about. Stay right here, don't go away. All right, so first here is discontinues rumors of recruitment employment letters, INEC. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has advised members of the public to discontinue all rumors of recruitment and letters of employment, recruitment purportedly emanating from the commission. Mr. Festus Okoye, INEC National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education, disclosed this in a statement on Friday. And we go over to the next story. Coronavirus, who clears BioNTech's vaccine for emergency use. The details. To speed up access to COVID-19 vaccinations in the developing world on the eve of the new year, the UN Health Agency approves Pfizer and BioNTech's vaccine for emergency use. Regulatory experts convened by the World Health Organization (WHO) from around the world and UN agencies on terms reviewed the data on the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine and found on test day that it met WHO's must-have criteria for safety and efficacy, with its benefit offsetting any potential risk. This is a very positive step towards ensuring global access to COVID-19 vaccines, said Dr. Mariangela Simao, WHO Assistant Director General for Access to Medicine and Health Products. But I want to emphasize the need for an even greater global effort to achieve enough vaccine supply to meet the needs of priority populations everywhere. A UN statement said the move opens the doors for countries to expedite their own regulatory approval processes to import and administer the vaccine. It also enables UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization (PAHO) to procure the vaccine for distribution to countries in need. The statement said at the same time WHO is encouraging more developers to come forward for review and assessment to satisfy the critical supply for all countries globally to stem the pandemic. WHO and our partners are working night and day to evaluate other vaccines that have reached safety and efficacy standards, says Simao. The statement said, drawing from WHO's Strategy Advisory Group of Experts on Immunization, SAGE, population prioritization recommendations for COVID-19 vaccines, which were issued in September, the group will convene on 5th of January to formulate vaccine-specific policies and recommendations. And Buhari signs 13.588 trillion naira 2021 appropriation bill. President Muhammadu Buhari has on Tuesday signed the 13.5 trillion naira, that is 13.588 trillion 2021 appropriation bill and the 2020 finance bill into law. President Buhari, while signing the bills, charged relevant agencies to deliver on targets or get sanctioned. The president issued a stern warning to agencies of government saddled with generating revenue to work hard to meet their targets. He issued a stern warning to the revenue-generating agencies of government after he signed the bill into law. Speaking, he said, "We are intensifying our domestic revenue mobilization efforts so that we can have adequate resources to fund the 2021 budget. Revenue-generating agencies and indeed all ministries, departments, and government-owned enterprises must work very hard to achieve their revenue targets." Biden appoints Nigerian Osareme Okolo COVID-19 advisor. The details. The President-elect of the United States, Joe Biden, has on Wednesday appointed the Nigerian-American Osareme Okolo as his COVID-19 policy advisor. Okolo was among 100 names announced as additional members of the White House staff by Biden's transition team. Born to Nigerian parents, she currently serves as a senior health policy advisor at the U.S. House of Representatives. She graduated with honors from Harvard University in 2017 with degrees in medicine and African American studies. She has also worked as a legislative aide for health policy at the United States Senate. Biden is expected to be sworn in this January 2021. That is on the 20th of January 2021. Zulum engages Foreign Affairs Ministry over Borno indigenes stranded in Cameroon. Borno Governor Professor Babagana Zulum on Thursday met Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Godfrey Onyema, to conclude intergovernmental efforts for voluntary repatriation of thousands of Borno citizens currently taking refuge in parts of Cameroon after fleeing from Boko Haram attacks in Bachis within the last 6 years. The meeting, which held at the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja, was a follow-up to Zulum's series of meetings with Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Omar Farouk, top executives of the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, UNHCR, among and other stakeholders. This Thursday meeting, which held behind closed doors, discussed the role of the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which has the mandate to facilitate the repatriation through diplomatic channels, with the hope to undertake it in January 2021. The meeting was attended by Nigeria's serving ambassador to China, Ambassador Baba Ahmed Jida, who was there as a statesman from Borno State. More than 60,000 Nigerian refugees, majority from Borno and some from Adamawa states, are believed to be in meanwhile camp had visited and supported with social protection relief. The governor has also approved ongoing construction of thousands of houses in which repatriated refugees will be permanently resettled in safe communities. Zulum, who also in the Niger Republic and the Republic of Chad, where Borno citizens are always there as refugees who fled insurgent attacks. In both countries, the governor authorized and supervised the distribution of food items and cash relief to thousands of families. Some of them, the governor had to cross Lake Chad waters in order to reach them. Baga Shola refugee camp within the Chadian border territory. 50 million naira was distributed to 5,000 families in the area in less than 3 weeks ago. Within that same period, Zulum was in President Idris Deby to discuss the repatriation of thousands of Nigerian refugees, majority from Borno. The meeting held at the presidential palace was attended by Nigerian ambassador to Chad, Zana Omar Bokar Kolo, who represents Nigeria's Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And on to the next story. The presidency says President Muhammadu Buhari will make a New Year broadcast to the nation, and he did today at 7 a.m. He said television, radio, and other electronic media outlets and joined the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority and Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, respectively, for the broadcast. Kaduna State spent 4.1 billion naira on pensioners in 2020 official. The Kaduna State government released 4.1 billion naira for the payment of outstanding pensions and gratuities to retired civil servants in 2020, with Murtala Daho, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, said. Dabo told the news agency of Nigeria on Thursday in Kaduna that 2.6 billion naira was released early in the year, while an additional 1.5 billion naira was released recently. He said that the money was released to the State Pensions Bureau, adding that it also captured benefits accruing to survivors of deceased civil servants in both the state and local government areas. He disclosed that the current administration inherited an arrears of 15 billion naira owed retired workers in pensions, gratuity, and benefits from 2011. Police nab woman who threw her baby into well to marry ex-husband. The details. The Kaduna State Police Command said it has arrested a woman, Faith Al-Hassan, aged 20, for killing her one-year-old daughter. This was contained in a statement issued by the police command on Thursday. According to the statement, Al-Hassan, a secondary school certificate holder, reportedly killed the baby to enable her to marry her former boyfriend, who wouldn't accept her with the baby. When arrested, she claimed that she did not know what she did. The police reported that on 28th of December 2020, at about 700 hours, the corpse of a baby girl was found in a well at Gantam village of Kachia local government area of the state. Upon receipt of the report, an investigation was carried out and it was discovered that the mother of the dead baby girl, Faith Al-Hassan, was the culprit. The report noted that the culprit went into Gantam village with the baby girl to meet her former boyfriend by the name Dalan Yakubu, whom she jilted years back. When Yakubu's family complained about the baby, she quietly dumped the baby into the well in the night, where the baby later died. Faith, while answering questions from journalists at the Kaduna State Police Command headquarters, denied that she killed her daughter because she wanted to marry her former boyfriend. She said, "I'm here because of my daughter that I threw into the well and she died. I don't know what came over me when I carried out the act." Concerning her motive to marry her ex-boyfriend, hence killed her daughter, she said, "I did not kill her because I want to marry. I just don't know what entered me. I am not happy for doing it." Reacting to the incident, the Kaduna State Police Commissioner, CP Omar M. Muri, said that she will be arraigned in court at the end of the investigations. If you just joined us, this is Elumba Television, and my name is Angel Lidi. Do not forget that Elumba Television is on Instagram at Elumba Television, also on Facebook at Elumba Television, and you can hit the subscribe button to our YouTube channel. In a New Year broadcast today in Abuja, the president stated that the federal government had completed arrangements to procure and distribute the COVID-19 vaccine to citizens. He, however, enjoined Nigerians to always observe the COVID-19 prevention protocols to check the second wave of the deadly virus in the country. He said, keeping our country on the forward march is a duty which we all have and share. In this regard, keeping our country safe from a resurgent cycle of COVID-19 as this administration finalizes its plan to procure and efficiently and effectively distribute the COVID-19 vaccines, I urge you all to fellow citizens to observe strict COVID-19 prevention protocols. On the anti-corruption drive of his administration, Buhari noted that the government had recorded substantial gains so far, and this year, the government will be more committed to continuing along the path of eradicating corruption. He said this will be achieved through collaboration with all the arms of government to effectively prosecute the fight against all forms of corrupt practices in the country. The president also expressed the readiness of the executive arm to continue working with the legislature to enact laws that will strengthen the fight against corruption. We would also be looking at reviewing some of our laws, which will ensure that this fight is more effective. On the part of the executive, we will ensure the diligent and timely prosecution of corruption cases, while appealing to the judiciary to ensure that corruption cases are dispensed with expeditiously. The precedent of various forms of violence has meant that in the most affected parts of the country, the fabric of intercommunal harmony woven through years of investment of effort at building trust, mutual respect, and harmony has been threatened. According to him, insecurity has direct repercussions on national economic stability, growth, and development, adding that it is setting the nation back at critical points through the destruction of public and private investments. He noted with serious concern that in parts of the country, chronic poverty, social exclusion, and disillusionment among sections of the youth were already a problem. He observed that these cycles of violence that have been unleashed by mindless groups have thwarted the efforts of government to undertake the social policy and associated investments necessary for huge difference in the country's quality of life. Scotland will soon return to EU, says First Minister. Scottish First Minister Nicola Sturgeon said on Friday that Scotland will soon return to the European Union. Sturgeon made this known on her Twitter page when she wrote, "Scotland will be back soon. Europe, keep the light on." She stressed that Scotland had voted against Brexit in 2016 and the UK's withdrawal from the European Union took place against the will of the Scottish people. Sturgeon also called for holding a second referendum on Scottish independence from the United Kingdom. With the end of 2020, the transition period in the relations between the United Kingdom and the European Union came to an end, with the UK exiting the UE. This was followed by the signing of the agreement on the post-Brexit relationship between London and the bloc, which has now come into force. In 2014, Scotland had voted for remaining a part of UK, which was a member of the European Union then. One of the main arguments of those who opposed the possible independence was that the secession would result in an immediate exit from the European Union. These, however, seem to have been overtaken by the recent events of Britain's withdrawal from the European Union. And we go over to the next story we've got for you. Woman dies, 3 children injured in road mishap in Osun. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has said that 1 woman died while 3 children sustained various degrees of injuries in a road accident on Wogan-Ibadan Highway on Thursday. The FRSC sector commander in Osun, Mr. Kudirat Ibrahim, disclosed this in a statement by the command spokeswoman, Mrs. Agnes Ogunbemi, in Oshobo. Ibrahim attributed the cause of the accident to dangerous driving and speeding without adherence to road traffic regulations by the motorists involved. According to her, the accident occurred on Gbogan-Ibadan Highway, 23 kilometers away from the Sasa Bridge, Ikere. She explained that the mishap involved a private car, Ash Toyota Corolla, with registration number FKJ627EY, which collided with a white DAF truck with registration number XC606MKA. The commander said that the 3 children who sustained various degrees of injuries and shock were given first aid treatment by the FRSC ambulance team. Ibrahim said that the body of the woman has been deposited at the mortuary in OAU Teaching Hospital, Ileife. All items found in the vehicles were handed over to the Nigerian police, Ikire. The items include a black handbag containing some personal effects, a brown suitcase, food items, and a black purse containing the driver's license, First Bank ATM card, and the sum of 18,610 naira, Ibrahim said. She explained that the private car Ash Toyota Corolla with registration number FKJ627EY and a white DAF truck with registration number XC606MKE had a collision involving the 6 persons, leading to 1 death. The sector commander called on road users to comply with road safety regulations to avoid unwanted situations which may lead to death. Ibrahim, however, says safety on highways was a shared responsibility which must not be left in the hands of the corps alone, adding that everyone must be self-conscious while using the road. Coronavirus, who alerts on new variants, recommend measures to stem spread. The World Health Organization, WHO, has said the SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes coronavirus, COVID-19, had a major impact on human health globally, infecting a large number of people. According to an official statement issued on Thursday, the pandemic caused severe disease and associated long-term health sequelae, resulting in death and excess mortality, especially among older and vulnerable populations, WHO said. It also interrupted routine healthcare services, causing disruption to travel, trade, education, and many other societal functions, and more broadly, having a negative impact on people's physical and mental health. WHO noted that previous reports of the D614G mutation and the recent report on virus variants from the Kingdom of Denmark, the United Kingdom of Great Britain, and Northern Ireland and the Republic of South Africa have raised interest and concern in the impact of viral changes. As of 30th December, the 501YV2 variant from South Africa has been reported from 4 other countries to date. The authorities in the affected countries are conducting epidemiological and virological investigations to further assess the transmissibility, severity, risk of reinfection, and antibody response to new variants. The statement listed activities initiated by national authorities that had reported virus variants, adding that they are undertaking intensified sampling to understand how widely these new variants are circulating. Researchers and government authorities are working with WHO and collaborating with members of the WHO SARS-CoV-2 virus evaluation working group to assess the epidemiologic modeling and laboratory findings as results became available. WHO noted that all viruses, including SARS-CoV-2, change over time, most without a direct benefit to the virus in terms of increasing its infectiousness or transmissibility. It said the potential for virus mutation increases with the frequency of human and animal infections, therefore reducing transmission of SARS-CoV-2 by using established disease control methods as well as avoiding introductions to animal populations are critical aspects to the global strategy to reduce the occurrence of mutations that have negative public health implications. It urged national and local authorities to continue to strengthen existing disease control activities, including monitoring, surveillance and strategic testing, outbreak investigation and contact tracing, and where appropriate, adjusting public health and social measures to reduce transmission of SARS-CoV-2. Where limited sequencing capacity exists, countries are encouraged to increase capacity in collaboration with public, academic and private sequencing laboratories, and may arrange sequencing at collaborating laboratories in the COVID-19 reference laboratory network. While mutations of SARS-CoV-2 are expected, it is important to continue to monitor the public health implications of new virus variants. WHO recommends that all countries take a risk-based approach for adjusting measures in the context of international travel. That's all we've got for you today on Elumba Television, and this is Angel Lady saying many thanks for listening. Just before we go, head straight to Instagram, like our Instagram and follow the page as well. Come to Facebook, like our Facebook page, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notification when you do. Until we come your way again, have yourself a prosperous new year. Bye now.